Welcome back to the Rogues Gallery. Today we're playing Out There, Omega Edition. Out There is a mobile game developed by Miklo Studios and ported to the PC, and it's... well, why don't we start and see?
I'm an astronaut aboard the Nomad. Passenger on a line that connects Earth to Ganymede, a moon of Jupiter. Until something happened. When I awoke from cryonics, I wasn't in orbit around Ganymede. In fact, I wasn't even in the solar system anymore. I was out there.
So Out There is a space exploration game, apparently with some small similarities to FTL. Our goal is to take a fantastic space journey to the star that was marked on our map in the intro sequence. In the tutorial, which I skipped, we're given that location by a magic space cube and told to go there. So let's give that a shot. In this game, whenever you make a jump, you are given a random event. Sometimes they are beneficial, sometimes they are detrimental, sometimes they do nothing. This one offers me a choice, so I'm going to inspect the interior. And we got some alien words and a bit of oxygen. We'll talk a little bit about language later when it becomes more important. But right now we found 2 planets in this star system. Before we go much further, we should talk about resources in this game. You'll notice in the top left corner we have fuel, oxygen, and hull. Those are the most important things and the things this game revolves around. Now that jump actually took some fuel and oxygen to do, as we'll travel into this gas giant. Gas giants are also a risky orbit, which means you will take a fair amount of hull damage. It's not a set number, but it can vary from 10 to like 50. 29 there. And now that we're here, we can probe the gas giant and grab some helium. It's quite a bit. It's pretty good, actually. So now that we've got some fuel, let's take a close look at our ship. As you can see, it's 2 main things. There are elements, and then there is technology, like this guy, the space folder. That's what lets us teleport around the galaxy. So we can use this element to throw into our engine and get some more fuel. The same can be done for oxygen and iron for the hull. And speaking of the hull, let's take a look at this rocky planet, because that's where we're going to get our iron. Looks like we've got a bit of technology too. I'll check that out in a minute. For now, let's drill. A lot of iron, that's pretty good. Iron's a pretty common element. And some platinum. They made Bayonetta. Alright, let's get back to space. And let's take a look at this new technology we got. The Void Fluctuation Projector. We don't have the elements to make it. We can at least see what it does. It looks like an add-on for the shield generator, which we don't have. But we will hopefully get. The shield generator is really good. So that done, let's proceed on. So we have no idea what these things are saying, but let's give them platinum. We took a bit of damage, but we got new technology, and technology is always good. An upgrade for our drill. That will actually be kind of useful. Speaking of our drill, there's a rocky planet here we could go to, but I'm more interested in fuel right now. So let's see what this yellow dwarf has to offer us. Yellow dwarfs are a pro click because they contain a lot of varied planets. Garden planets, which are especially useful, can be found there. So that event damaged our space folder. So I'll have to repair it, which only costs 1 iron. But it did give us another piece of new technology, which is coming fast and furious. Geoscanner. So we got a lot of stuff we can build, we just gotta survive to, you know, actually find somewhere we can get elements for it. Let's check out this neutron star. What we really want right now is a gas giant. Or that's pretty good too. And that pretty much saved our ass. But there's still no reason to go for more hold stuff, so let's just keep on our journey. You may have noticed the core gameplay loop by now, which is basically find a gas giant, get your hull damage, get fuel, and then go to a rocky planet, drill and replace your hull, rinse and repeat. Let's go with the second one. No, we did learn a new word. But there's our gas giant. I delved a bit too deep. But thankfully, it's pretty easy to repair that. And now we can fill our ship again. Let's beef up our hull while we're at it. Not having much luck with this stuff. So as you might have noticed, you can drill or probe from 1 to 10, 1 being the least dangerous, 10 being the most. I generally go for 8, which is only a little bit risky, but gives you a pretty good reward. You can probe or drill a planet multiple times, but there are diminishing returns, so it's usually not worth it. Right now, oxygen is starting to become a worry. So both these options are black holes, where we're not really going to find anything there. We could go and take a closer look at the black hole, but nothing's going to happen. Man, this is weird. Good things are happening. Not only that, we found our first garden planet. So let's go check that out. First thing about garden planets. You refill your oxygen completely. Second thing, you can encounter life! Like this Georgia O'Keeffe painting, which will give us Omega, which is a very special element. We also learned 2 new words. We can talk about words now. You get words from random events or from talking to aliens. And as you learn more words, the gobbledygook they say becomes slowly more intelligible. We can also drill their planet, because, fuck them and their environment. And get some rare elements like gold. I think I need this guy. I don't think I need cobalt. I have enough oxygen. Carbon we're alright on. So let's finish that. And see if we can build anything new. We can build a planetary expander. Honestly, drilling isn't super important compared to probing, so I'm going to leave that alone for now, save space, and hopefully we'll get some silicon at some point. In fact, I thought I saw some right there, so let's drill again real quick. Oh well. On we go. Grab a bit more hydrogen. Omega, by the way, is a very special element. It can be used in random events for plot stuff, or you can feed it into any part of your ship and get a fairly big boost. So we're going to be saving that for emergencies. Right now we're doing pretty good. So now's a good time to say that this game is fairly small, straightforward, and repetitive. There aren't a lot of decisions to make, and it is based heavily on the random number generator. You're almost always at the mercy of the game when it comes to what random event you'll get hit with, whether or not you'll have enough fuel from your probe, or whether or not you'll get enough elements from the drill to continue to make it through space. There's a lot of elements of random chance and very few elements of actual skill and planning. If the game decides it wants to shuffle you off this mortal coil, there's really nothing you can do about it. It's pretty rough. Let's take a look at what we got on our ship. Let's grab a little extra fuel while we're here. Cool, that was worth it. Sometimes when you land on a rocky planet, you will occasionally get a new piece of technology. Like the gravitational lens, I think that's pretty good if I remember. Either way, we got some iron, and oh man, I don't remember if I need this stuff. Don't know if I need gold either. I should actually maybe write this stuff down. I know what I need is silicon. Alright, well, let's fill up our engines. Repair our hull. and then travel on. Space spiders. Oh, this is neat. So let's take a look at this beacon. Occasionally you find abandoned ships. You can see their specs compared to ours. They have a much better ecosystem. We only have a little better power. We can see what they have in there, which looks like almost all the stuff that we have, but a few more slots. Some of them are damaged, but we can fix that. So you know what? Let's take over their ship. Their weird alien ball tree ship. And we can grab all our stuff. We sadly have to rebuild our technology. Although I think we have everything but the telescope. So let's make one of them. So because we have a much better ecosystem, our oxygen will go down much more slowly. You'll also notice that we are powered by cobalt now, as well as hydrogen, which could come in handy in the future. So let's take a jump on our cool new ship. We don't really need the oxygen, so let's do that. Helium is useless to us now. It used to be a really good fuel, but our ship doesn't use it anymore. Hydrogen, however, still pretty great. So let's juice up. And then we'll hit the next star. Well, that wasn't great. We lost a lot of fuel, and we don't have a lot of fuel to keep going. We're definitely not going to find fuel in a black hole. Red Giant is our closest bet. And it looks like we bet badly. We can, however, use our very last bit of fuel to get to another ship. Looks like it might have a little less cargo space, but it has fuel, and that's what we need. So we're taking it over. We're also taking all our stuff back, or most of what we can. This guy has a shield generator, which is really good. Does not have a gravitational lens, so we should probably make that. See if there's anything else we can dismantle for cool stuff. Not really. So we'll grab our Omega and we'll leave oxygen behind. So this ship is like our old one. It runs off hydrogen and helium. And to repair it, we'll need that stuff. I don't know what that stuff is because I'm not Dimitri Mendeleev over here. My periodic table is not very good. But now that we have this ship, apparently this has technology that'll tell us what kind of planets are where. Which will be very helpful. Black hole. Nothing really going on here. And it looks like there are two gas giants here, or at least one gas giant. And our space polar got hurt, but we can repair that pretty easily. You can also use Omega to repair stuff. But Omega is pretty precious, so there's no reason to. Because we have a shield generator on this guy, we took almost no damage from getting into orbit around this thing. So when I was talking about how ships make a big difference, I wasn't kidding. If you can get a good ship early on, you're pretty much set for an entire run. Although I might run out of fuel pretty soon. Probe again. Yeah, I figured that would happen. We don't have any iron to make a new probe, although that should be an easy fix. Don't want to waste a lot of power drilling right now. So now is a pretty good time to make use of this Omega. We'll drop it in our engine. We'll make a new probe. And we'll see if we can find a planet with, you know, fuel. This yellow dwarf looks pretty good. Or, you know, we might find this. Tau stasis is a technology that lets you warp further, which is pretty good. And we are, unfortunately, in a pretty tough spot right now. To get to either of these planets, we need 13 fuel. We don't have 13 fuel. and there's nothing we can really burn to get that fuel, so we are left with one choice. We can risk it all to get there. So, I mean, what else can we do? Except die. And that was Out There. I survived a lot longer than I expected to. I have not beat this game. I don't expect to. As I said, it is heavily skewed against the player, and unless you have incredible luck, it is unlikely you'll be able to beat it. But hey, I got a score, and it looks big. That's cool. So, see you next time, I guess. Bye.